everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is currently 20 minutes past midnight on now the 12th of December, and I'm doing quite possibly the worst thing that I could be doing before I go to bed, which is I'm going to be eating a lot of hot sauce. Now, I was looking through Uber Eats because I was feeling peckish, and I was gonna go for pizza or something, but I saw that they had this pop-up for Hot Ones, the show. Now, I like the show, I've watched a couple episodes, but the real reason I'm doing this is because my brother Sean loves this, so I want to do this and send it to him and kind of be like, look, I did it. It's the show where they bring celebrities on, YouTubers on, influencers on, movie stars, all these different kinds of people, singers, and they eat hot wings with gradually getting hotter sauce while answering questions. It's a really fun show, and first of all, I love this packaging. The menu was not big whatsoever, but I ordered boneless chicken wings, which I'm so happy that I was able to get boneless chicken wings because I wasn't going to do this otherwise because I can't do the bones in chicken wings. No. I got 6 of them, and I got the buffalo sauce, and I got it in what I think is the hottest that they do. There wasn't that much to choose from. And I also got this sandwich, which is on here as hot sauce as well. Crispy chicken, and then I got their french fries. And I also got a Sprite, because I was feeling like a Sprite. I also have a Gatorade that I've been chugging, and an Essentia water, which I love. So I basically tried to get the hottest thing that they had in each thing. Again, their menu wasn't that big. So I got the sandwich, and I got the chicken wings. Oh, the Sprite is cold. Love it. Oh, it smells strong already. I love this packaging. So yeah, this is the craziest thing that I could possibly be doing before I go immediately to bed. It's gonna be a rough sleep tonight, isn't it? All right, so we have 3 little boxes in here. We have a lot of napkins. We might need this, depending on how hot this is. What is this? Lemon-scented moist toilette. Okay, I'm not that fancy. All right, I'm not that fancy. I want a sip of this Sprite. Because it's about to be bedtime, you know that I'm tired. So I just need a little bit of like, it's not a, you know what Sprite is like radioactive? The McDonald's one. It like wakes you up like that. Ooh, and so does this. I'm not even a fan of Sprite, but it just kind of is like a wake me up drink. I feel like it wakes me up more than Red Bull does. Okay, all right. Let's see what's in each. Okay, so this is the... Okay, so it says, take the hot seat, hashtag Hot Ones Challenge. So this is the sandwich. I'm going to put this over here, first and foremost, because I want to try the fries. I'm hungry. I'm just ripping this shit. I'm hungry. Ooh, the fries look good, don't they? Fries look good. I assume this is just ketchup and not hot sauce. Okay, that is just ketchup. Let me try these fries. You know I love fries. Those are top tier fries, actually. Those are really top tier, actually. They're good. Okay. I just wanted to try something. Oh. It means that these are the wings. I'm very curious to see what... Where's the hot sauce? Is the hot sauce on them already? Okay, so the hot sauce is on them already, I guess? That's dangerous, because I don't know how much they put on it. I mean, we'll figure out very quickly if there's hot sauce on these. So if these are boneless, can I just like that? Yes, I can. This is severely underwhelming. They're really fucking good. Like, and I know this is ketchup. Where's the spiciness? Okay, so the sauce is apparently on them from this receipt. Now, there's like a little bit of a kick, but like not really at all. I know that's not my good spice tolerance. I just think that they haven't... Wait, let me try this sandwich. Oh, it has pickles on it. You know how I feel about that. You know that I absolutely love that. Okay, well, this is the craziest distribution of meat to bread I've ever seen in my entire life. So what is on this? Ooh, I love that. Just messy and pickles. All right, let me bite into this. Apparently the sauce is on this too, I guess, but fuck. Is it on any of these? The pickles are so fresh. Oh, wow. Oh, you have no idea how good that is. That shit is dripping. Oh, wow. Wow. That honestly may be one of the nicest burgers, or I guess it's classed as a sandwich, I've ever had. This entire menu, these wings too. I always seen that the celebrities would be like, oh, I want to try more of the wing. If this is anything like the ones they're eating, oh my god. Everything is so... There's a little bit of a kick, actually. Everything is so juicy. That is crazy. Wow. This food is insanely good. This is insanely good. I'm getting the hiccups from the Sprite. Like, they won me over already with these fries. But overall, you know the way I talk about Mr. Beast Burger? This is incomparable to Mr. Beast Burger. This is probably the nicest takeout food I've ever gotten. And it all tastes like it's just been cooked now. I don't believe it has, but it's so fresh. Should we just hang out and eat? Because this is good. You know what? Let's be a little bit fancy. We're going to have a selection. We're going to put Sprite in here. Wait, this kind of looks like champagne. Put Sprite in here. Do I want to do my Gatorade? Sure, just for funsy colors. How fucking classy am I? Listen, you come here for class and grace. Let me try. Cheers. Why does it taste more elegant from this? What about this? Gatorade isn't even that good. I used to love Gatorade whenever I came to America, but for some reason every time I taste it now, I'm not loving it. God, I wish I had more hot sauce with these. Or like more of a kick. So, when I was walking around New York today, I was really kind of picking up on my surroundings. And I witnessed a lot of families, and I've talked about this a lot on my YouTube channel, but this concept of like people watching, not a concept, an actual thing. I love people watching, and I love kind of just analyzing people. I think there's something beautiful in taking a step back and just watching what's happening around you. By the way, I feel like this is such a weed conversation. Like, I feel like this is a perfect situation for me to be high in. And I thought about this today. I will finish my previous train of thought. I thought about this today. I was like, oh my god, I can buy weed in New York. I'm 21. That's crazy. I feel too scared to do that, but I could. You know what I mean? I could. Kind of watching everyone. It's very, like, humbling to realize that everyone's going through their own things. Everyone's living their own life. I mean, that person you're seeing walking down the street that you don't even acknowledge, there's so much lore behind them. They have such a life. They could have had such an amazing day. They could have had such a horrible day. They could be nervous on their way to a first date. They could be nervous on their way to a job. They could have just gotten a promotion at work. They could have just gotten fired from work. They could, you know what I mean? Like, their sister could have just had a baby. Their surrogate could have just given birth. Or, you know what I mean? Like, there's... When you think about life like that, it kind of puts into perspective everything in a way. I mean, when I'm traveling and I do it, it's more fascinating to me. I do it a lot in Paris because it's such a people-watching city. And in New York, everything's so fast-paced. So I find it a lot harder to, like, analyze the people from here, because in Paris, you know, they're walking slowly and talking. In New York, they just fucking, you know, speed past you. But whenever I walked to Times Square today, which don't do, I can't believe that whenever I was younger, I used to dream about coming to Times Square. And I used to dream about spending New Year's Eve in Times Square. Let me tell you something. That is not a dream of mine anymore. That is a nightmare of mine. It takes experiencing Times Square to realize that that's not somewhere you want to spend New Year's Eve. But I saw a lot of families in Times Square taking, like, you know, awkward little family pictures, and it was just like, that could be a family from the next state that goes to New York every Christmas, or that could be a family from Australia that has been saving up for this trip for a lifetime, and how they'll retell stories from that trip for the rest of their life, and how that trip will impact each individual person in the family and in the household. And I just think there's something beautiful about stopping and taking in things that are around you. I think we're so fast-paced and everything, and I am so guilty of being so fast-paced, but it's really nice to kind of just kind of analyze everyone. I don't know if that's a weird thing to say. I don't fucking know. Well, I went to an Irish bar for dinner tonight. By dinner, I literally went at 2 p.m. And I got bangers and mash. It was delicious. And I was sitting on my own, and I normally, when I go into a restaurant and I'm by myself, I put in my earphones and I just kind of play a podcast or something. I kind of felt really antisocial doing that for some reason, because it was a really, really, really intimate pub. I think it was O'Donoghue's in Times Square. Which, by the way, going to a restaurant in Times Square, bad idea. So expensive. Oh my god. Those pickles are so pickly. They're so good. But when I was in the restaurant, I decided not to put my earphones in. And I normally feel really uncomfortable when I do that, because I don't like people thinking I'm listening to their conversations. But I was like, you know what? We're in a public space. Like, I don't want to put my earphones in. I would hear them either way. There was tables over here, here, filled. And I was overhearing the people that were... I was sitting here, and the bar was right here, and they had seats at the bar. And I was hearing two people talk, and they were on what I think was a fourth date. And they were just head over heels in love with each other. And it was really, really, really... It was really touching. It was... oh my god, I'm literally about to cry right now because I'm so tired. And also because I'm really jealous and I struggle with my own love life and trying to understand my feelings. But it was really beautiful to witness that conversation and kind of hear them, and they just, I mean, what an exciting thing for them. And I wonder what the day was before and after, and what their previous dates were, and if they'll, go on a fifth date, or if they won't go on a fifth date. And I mean, life happens, and different things here and there, but I was overhearing this conversation, which was so fascinating, and they were talking about where they were going to spend New Year's together, and I ironically think they said they were going to spend New Year's in Times Square. Don't do it. And then over here, it was a daughter's graduation or something, which was confusing to me because it's so late in the year. I'm like, why are you graduating now? But there was a grandmother and a mother and the daughter, and that was the table, right? And they were having this graduation dinner, and I very quickly realized, yes, I was just eavesdropping on everyone, and I quickly realized that the grandmother had been sick and was able to finally travel in, and the graduation happened a while ago. So that was such a big moment for them. So it was like, normally when I would go into a restaurant and I would put in my earphones, like, okay, there's people there, whatever. But when I take out my earphones and I'm basically sitting in silence, I'm eating my food, I'm minding my own business, in a public place, you're exposed to so many noises. This literally is such a high conversation. I promise you, I'm stone cold sober. When you're sitting in a public place, it's easy to kind of get swept up in the fact that it's so loud and there's just so many noises and stuff. But it was really interesting because I took a moment today to kind of just sit and listen to my surroundings. And I was hearing this, and I was hearing that, and then I was hearing people's order, and then I was hearing music, and then I was hearing the football that was on. It was just, there was so much happening around me, and again, I can't stress enough how, I'm only 21, I get that, but I can't stress enough how much I wanted to go on to the next thing. And if I was at a dinner with someone, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do after the dinner, or if I went to a park, I'm at the park on my phone being like, where am I going to go after this? Or, I kind of always live my life like that. Or whenever I would go on a vacation, I'd be thinking about when I get home. Or whenever I'm home, I'd be thinking about my next vacation. Or when it's summer, I'd be like, oh, I can't wait for winter. And then when it's winter, I'm like, I can't wait for summer. It's like, I have always been a very fast-moving, fast-paced person. And I only recently, it was only really whenever I started traveling, but it gets better the older I get, because I'm getting old. It's easy to slow down. No, to kind of just slow down and take in what's around you. And whenever I was walking down the street, I was in Soho, or was it Soho, or was it like Lower East Side? I can't remember. I was walking the streets somewhere earlier, and I was seeing a couple, and they looked like they were about my age, so the jealousy was kicking in, and they were just smiling and laughing because it was pouring rain, and they were carrying like a real Christmas tree, and they kept dropping it because it was so heavy. And instead of being annoyed that they were being caught in the rain and this, they were laughing each time it happened. And, that's a memory for them. And I think with solo traveling, it can always be a case of it's exciting to do things on your own, and you learn so much about yourself when you solo travel, but there's always a piece of you that wishes there was someone with you. And obviously I'm meeting up with my friends here, but the concept of experiencing the exciting things that I'm experiencing on this trip, but being with someone, whether that was a friend that's staying with me or a partner that's staying with me, is a concept I don't really think about until I slow down and realize how much of around me is based on people being with someone. I mean, I really don't think, especially in a city, it's driven on people who are lone soldiers. It's people that are in friend groups, or people that are in relationships, or people that, have big families and stuff. And I had a moment today where I had a little wobble. And I think a big reason for it too is I'm really struggling in my personal life right now. Very much so. With just trying to figure out what I want to do. Again, I've spoken about the fact that I just moved to Manchester. I've met a lot of people. And even coming on this trip, I've realized that a lot of them I don't want to be friends with. Which sounds awful, but at least I'm acknowledging it. And, like, whenever I go back, like, I know who I do and don't want to associate with. And that's not me being like, ooh, I don't want to associate with you. It's like, when I've taken myself back from constantly going out with people because, you know, they were the first people I met or something, it kind of... I'm like, no, I really want to find people that I'm friends with, and I really want to find people that I really get along with, instead of, you know, we just like each other. So that's something that I'm currently dealing with. So I think, you know, being so hyper exposed to so many people doing things in duos or trios or whatever, I think kind of set me off a little bit today. It did make me sadder, I think, but it just kind of made me think a lot. And I feel like that's even worse than me getting sad, because then I'm like hyper analyzing. Whenever I was getting my tattoo today, I was like sitting like sleeping in the chair, but I was like thinking about all these things that were like running through my mind. I wish my mind could slow it down a little bit on this trip, because I'm thinking about it a lot. And I think because my mom and dad just moved house as well, that's kind of all consuming in my mind. But also, I just don't know where I'm at emotionally, kind of mentally, when it comes to dating. I keep talking about this, and I don't know whenever I'm going to get like an answer. I don't know if I am, where it's weird. Do you know what I struggle with? I struggle with the concept of... I feel like I struggle with the concept of dating in general, and being so hyper exposed to it recently, it's not even the right use of that word, has kind of been making me struggle a little bit. One thing that just is very all-consuming to me is whenever I go on dates with someone, or if I really like someone, or I really like a couple people, or whatever, you know, whatever the circumstance is, I find myself feeling like I can't fully relax, which is weird, but I find myself feeling like I can't fully allow myself to open up, or allow myself to whatever. And do you want to know one of the main reasons for it? Because I think about the fact that the person you're going to dinner with, or the person you're going to, like, even if I was to give like a situation of, say in 1 week I went on 3 dates with 3 different people, for all 3 of those people, what I would be thinking about is the fact they've been in previous relationships. And, you know, am I as good enough as your ex? Or am I as good enough as, you know, like, and I think about this as, and the reason I started thinking about this when it comes to dating is because I started thinking about it whenever it came to friend groups. In a couple of the friend groups that I've made in Manchester, I remember one of the first groups I made, who I don't really talk to that much now, just kind of we fell out of touch. Whenever I first moved, I very quickly started to feel like I was like a replacement in their group. And I was like, oh, I'm overthinking it. And I like did a little bit of digging on like each person's Instagram, and I realized that there was like a missing member of the group who, for whatever reason, wasn't a part of the friend group anymore. And so my suspicions of feeling like a replacement were confirmed. And I kind of left that friend group, and they'll find another replacement. But it started making me think about that same concept when it comes to dating. And it's not something that I feel I can get over yet. And so I've been feeling quite closed in with my feelings and emotions recently, and I'm trying not to let them bottle up or anything, but I think with the move to a new city and meeting so many new people and so many new experiences, I'm finding myself feeling very lost and feeling very kind of like ostracized, and I feel like that's why I became very insecure when it comes to relationships with friends, lovers, whatever. But only within the past couple months. Like, I never was like this in Brighton. I never was like this in Brighton, and I was never like this in Derry. It's like something that I've developed ever since moving to Manchester. And it's an awful feeling because there's nothing I can really do to make myself feel better other than feeling like in a friend group, am I replaceable? Or have I replaced someone else? And then in relationships, am I a replacement of an ex? And how does that make me feel? Or even if they haven't had an ex, like, is there someone you would rather be with? Can I fully trust you? So, the emotions are all over the place, I'm going to be honest. Trying to deal with it, trying to figure out where to go from here. It's something that's been on my mind the past couple days, and whenever I went over to my friend's house today, I kind of opened up to both of them a lot about it, and we all unanimously kind of came to the conclusion of, there's just so many things happening in my life, so many new changes, that I'm just feeling very overwhelmed, and like this is my emotional way of taking it out, which I guess is true. I feel like I know I'm doing good mentally and stuff like that, but it is something I'm just struggling with a little bit. Let's try more of the wings. Ooh. Oh. That one's spicy. Oh, I think the sauce is at the bottom. That one was a little bit spicy. That caught me off guard, I'll be honest. Ooh. Oh my god. Alright. Oh my god, that got my nose running a little bit. Let me try one more of the fries. So good. And one more of the burger. And by the way, I'm literally going to eat this for breakfast tomorrow. That's how disgusting I am. Let's try this with the pickle right here. I honestly am so beyond impressed. If this is available near you, please do it. Mr. Beast Burger, go fuck yourself. This has taken the lead. I'm gonna love and leave you. This was a lovely little chill hangout. I'm gonna go to bed. Bye.